Bishop Rainey Cheeks, Kwabena Rainey Cheeks. I'm a born Washingtonian. Yes, few of us are left. I grew up here in Washington, D.C., went to public school here in D.C., studied in martial arts. Actually, I was rated in the top 10 in the country. I was 2 years ago inducted into the Hall of Fame. I was a silver medalist in the World Championships in Taekwondo in Korea. That's me, sort of in a nutshell, and pastor of Inner Light Ministries here in Washington, D.C. I happen to be a pastor. I happen to be a bishop. That does not make me above you, because we have this theology of above and under. And in our church, we greet each other by saying, I see the God in you. Because if I learn to see God in you, then I can't attack you in any way. But if I see God outside of myself and above me, then I work to get above, and somebody has to be beneath me. And so the black church has done that. And so the last one on the totem pole has been gay and lesbian people. And Lord knows we're not even going to talk about transgender people. You know, we just throw them totally away. And so how do we fit in? And what is amazing to me is how many of our people will go into the church and do their best to fit in, and will sing their songs and play for them. And it's like, do you understand what you're doing? The black church has to own the fact, because of its silence about HIV, it is where it is today. If the black church, see, AIDS today is the leprosy of the Jesus time. In the old days, if you were a leopard, people had to walk before you hollering, unclean, so the people would move. What did Jesus do? Go to the leopards and heal them and touch them. Broke the rules. HIV came along to say, what are you going to do to the least? And what happened? The black church started condemning people. It's your fault. You're having sex. Really? HIV isn't asking us to do anything that the gospel isn't commanding us to do. Feed some people, clothe some people, pray for the sick and shut in, visit. It's not asking us to do one extra thing. So people ask me, do you have an AIDS ministry? I say, no, I have a health ministry. I don't separate AIDS from cancer. I don't separate AIDS from lupus. So it's all part of my health ministry, because it's not asking us to do one thing that the church isn't supposed to do. And because of the church got silent, I was in a meeting recently, and these ministers were talking about, yes, we have a ministry in Africa. And I just went, oh. And somebody else was like, well, yes, we have an AIDS ministry now, and we're going to show. And I got to that point. I said, excuse me, gentlemen, you're insulting. Where were you 15 years ago? You have an AIDS ministry in Africa. Do you have an AIDS ministry right here in Washington, D.C.? If not, why did you need to travel all the way to Africa to help a village in Africa when you didn't help the village that you live in? And you bragging that now you have an AIDS ministry? Your church has been established for years, and you just started an AIDS ministry? Shame on you. So bring your tone down. And first, you need to be apologizing to your congregation and then to the community to say, I'm sorry that we didn't know what to do. I'm sorry that we made a mistake. I apologize because I wouldn't bury your children. I apologize because I didn't feed you. I apologize because I didn't clothe you. Then come and do the work. See, so all of a sudden, it's all the big fanfare. Well, we didn't have a grant. You don't need a grant to pray for people. We don't have a grant. I don't have a grant. I've never had a grant. We raise the money. You're sick. We take care of you. We are challenged to live in spirit and in truth. And if my truth is this is who I am as a sexual being, the one thing I will not allow people to do is to reduce me down to only a sexual object. You notice if you say heterosexual, they think family, job, career, on down the line, sex is down here. The moment you say gay, sex is right at the top, as though all we do all day long is walk around and hump. It's like, no. You will not reduce me down to that. I am much more than that. God is love, period. Who is it that you don't love? The person you hate is the person that holds the keys to the kingdom. Imagine the person you hate. When you die, you get to heaven, and they're standing there with the keys in their hand going, hi. You know? Say thank you to those who seem to be your enemies. They teach you the greatest lessons. So if we learn to simply get past our fears, remember I said, your faith stops where your fear starts. So move past your fear and embrace. Be open enough. Go visit somebody else. And if you are in a church that does not affirm your life, stop. Free yourself. Look around. There are churches all over the place that accept people just as they are. Check it out.